Right, we heard Union Minister Anurag Thakur speak on what all might be expected from the Parliament session today, and it is shortly to begin at 11 a.m. But before that, we have some more breaking news that is coming in, and this is regarding a very different story, wherein Delhi MP Manoj Tiwari has spoken of abolishing the 1991 Worship Act. Addressing the people at the National Seminar and Model Unveiling Program organized in Varanasi, he said that if so many laws have been abolished in the country, then 1991 Worship Act will also be abolished. Now, in the Gyanvapi and Mashringar Gauri case, the Muslim side is constantly pleading for dismissal of the case, citing the 1991 Worship Act in the vote. And let's have a look at what MP Manoj Tiwari said.
मनोज तिवारी है, पुत्र चंद्रदेव तिवारी, माता ललिता तिवारी, और इतने में आपको मान लिया जाएगा, कानून हटा दिया। ऐसा 2000 ऐसा नंबर 2200, तो जब इतना हटा दिया गया तो 91 वाला भी हटा दिया। ये संसद की व्यवस्था है और संविधान संशोधन हम पहला नहीं करेंगे, इसके पहले भी 104 हो चुका है, 2-4 और हो जाएगा।
We have Arun Dhanta joining us live on the broadcast. Arun, this is quite a serious statement that has come into play and that has been said by the MP. So, firstly, what are the repercussions that we might be anticipating after he has said this? And secondly, the Muslim side has been constantly bringing up the 1991 Worship Act. So, how are we seeing this play out?
Well, see, it's a big statement coming from BJP MP Manoj Tiwari. And remember that 1991 Places of Worship Act is something which has been the foundation of the arguments of the Muslim side vis-a-vis Gyanvapi Mosque issue is concerned. And therefore, their arguments were on this line. Now, what 1991 Places of Worship Act says is that there shouldn't be any change in the existence or the nature or a structure of a religious place as it existed on 15 August 1947. So that's what the Places of Worship Act 1991 states. Now, BJP MP Manoj Tiwari is saying this, that his government has already abolished 2200 laws, and therefore they will be abolishing this Places of Worship Act law as well. It's a big statement. We haven't actually heard many of the big central leaders talking about the entire Gyanvapi row. There have been leaders from Uttar Pradesh, the likes of Keshav Prasad Maurya and various other leaders who had spoken, in fact, who had said that after Gyanvapi, now it's turn of Kashi and Mathura. But as far as central leadership is concerned, they have only said one thing, that the matter is in courts and the court will decide the fate of the entire matter. And as we are seeing that the proceedings are taking place in various courts, the Varanasi court had already given that order to actually survey, the ASI survey to that Gyanvapi mosque, and therefore we are seeing that Muslim side rushing to the Supreme Court and demanding that stay, which was given in fact by Supreme Court, and asked Muslim side to go to High Court, and the matter is underway in High Court. But at this juncture, Manoj Tiwari's statement is significant. How BJP's top leadership is going to actually react to this, that is something which is going to be very, very interesting. But Manoj Tiwari visiting Varanasi when the matter is in courts, when the matter is sub judice, making this statement is something which will not perhaps go down well with some of the top leaders of BJP. But he has made this statement and very openly said there in Varanasi that his government has already abolished 2200 laws, and this is going to be the next. So we'll have to see which way actually and how this statement of Manoj Tiwari is going to reflect, and how other parties, opposition parties especially, which has always been up in arms against BJP on such issues, will going to take this statement.
Right, Arun. Now, if we are to realistically look at the possibility of this particular act being abolished, like Mr. Manoj Tiwari has said, what do you think might the repercussions be? Because this is a Special Provisions Act which provides provisions to maintain religious places and protect religious places from any kind of harm being done to them.
Well, see, repercussions of this statement of Manoj Tiwari, perhaps we have to see that how he is going to stand by his statement, because he has made this statement in Varanasi, whether when he comes back in Delhi, whether he holds on to that statement, because as I said, that central leadership of BJP hasn't been vocal on this entire issue. They're only saying that that courts will look into this matter, and whatever the decision of the court they will accept it. But Manoj Tiwari making this statement, how he's going to have that say on the part of the government is something which we cannot say. But of course, he's a member of parliament, representative of people. Making such statement is something which needs some sort of answering from the BJP's side as well. As of now, they have really been maintaining the fact that courts will take the legal way will take its course. But as far as what Manoj Tiwari has said, government is working on that line, is something which is very difficult to say at this moment, because it will be a very difficult process. Courts will have to really involve in this, then parliament perhaps will also have to involve in this. So it's a larger thing if you really think on this direction, that you want to abolish the Places of Worship Act of 1991. So it is going to be very difficult to say whether Manoj Tiwari has been saying this on the line of BJP is something which we'll see in coming few days. But as of now, we can say that Manoj Tiwari has made this statement. Whether he is going to hold on to this statement, because he made this statement openly there in camera in Varanasi when he was visiting that exhibition of Shringar Gauri temple, which is part of the Gyanvapi Mosque. So we'll have to see that how this statement of Manoj Tiwari will move ahead, and what is going to be the reactions, and how BJP's top leadership reacts to this statement.
Right, Arun. Thank you for all those details. Now we have senior lawyer Majid Memon joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Memon, a very good morning to you. Well, this is the particular reaction that we have seen from MP Manoj Tiwari about the 1991 Worships Act. Now, the important question here is the probability of such an act, Special Provision Act, being abolished and the repercussions that it might lead to.
Well, this is just a wishful thinking of one Manoj Tiwari, a BJP leader. But what is the standing? Does he stand the scrutiny of being a legal luminary or a constitutional authority or something like BJP powerful man? This is just an opinion of one of the small leaders of BJP. And some of the BJP leaders have been even dreaming of, tampering with the constitutional basic provisions as well. So these are all things which need not be exaggerated. And I don't think you need to give so much importance to what a person like Manoj Tiwari could talk about amendment of law. This part of amending law, enacting law or scrapping law, rests entirely in the parliament, the supreme lawmaking body. Individuals may say anything that they may choose to like. That is their choice. But I am afraid that what Mr. Tiwari is saying is absolutely meaningless.
So, Mr. Memon, what was your party's reaction to this when, especially now that he has come out so strongly saying that we have done this earlier, we have abolished other laws, and this would just be another one if we have to?
No, see, all these wishes of the people of amending a law or bringing in a law or repealing a law is not an individual's job. This is your opinion. I may have my own opinion. But then it is ultimately, as I said earlier, the supreme lawmaking body. The parliament will take decision. And our party will take decision which would be in the best interest of common people, in the best interest of 140 crore Indian nationals, not the political parties' political interests.
Right, Mr. Memon. Thank you for joining us and having this conversation.